motherfucking buns. Buns. One girl every day. Buns. One girl every day. Say me name and me magically appear. Your body big how much they bump for the way you're here. Buns. Check me IG. Me too clean, yeah. Check my hygiene. Tell us I'm sweet like me walk with ice cream, but her attitude think like she walk with Kylie. Weird. Galang gal. When you're under your molly, you galang bad. Pan top of me cocky, you fi balance pan. Your pussy fatter, but it cock up your back as chang. Me feel it buff, she need fi fuck me need it too. Your pussy tight, me I wonder if I sun eagle look. The cocky strike, I say you tight, me get a easy push. You put them wide in your eyes, me see a evil look. One gal every day a new gal I get penetrate. Every day, every month, every year, cool like lemonade, fresh like me go beard. Addictive like nicotine, strong like she go gym. I one gal every day, 7 every week. IG me if you not believe. Check your IG war and if y'all show me gratitude. The way me close to watch, tell the panty move me body for chew.
What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, RICOVIBES, and welcome to the FLAVA Cafe, aka Take 5. Miss Renee, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I like it. I like it top. I like the outfit, actually.
Oh, you know.
Polka dots?
Yeah, like.
Polka dot never goes out of style.
It ever does.
Never goes out of style.
Especially black and white polka dots.
Yes. How was your weekend?
It was eventful.
Yeah.
This was a full
from
weekend.
Friday to Sunday.
Right to Sunday, yep.
Yeah. Cleo party didn't do as well as we thought.
Oh, yeah? I didn't get a chance to go.
Yeah, it was a do-over. Did a little bit worse than the first one. Yeah.
And then I know it sucked because I know she did it over because of the rain, and then it rained again.
Then it rained again. What does that tell you? I don't know.
Crazy.
Like, something, but Saturday. What was on Saturday? Oh, it was raining on Saturday. I didn't make it to Never Sober because by 11 o'clock I did a early event, a birthday party.
Okay.
And by 11 o'clock I left that. I left that party about 10. Got home, said I'm going to change and go to that event. Okay. 11:30 was still raining as I stayed home.
Yeah, we went to the after party.
Igloo after party.
Igloo after party.
Right. At Vibes.
At Vibes.
Oh well, across from Vibes. How was that?
It was so vibesy. Like
really,
it was so nice. Like it wasn't.
Was it ram? Was it crowded?
It wasn't jam packed. Okay. But it was fun. Okay. If you know, like one of those events. It was nice. Okay. But I heard Never Sober was a movie.
Crazy. I saw videos. It was cork wall to wall.
I heard it was a movie, and the people them did not care that the rain was coming down. It was coming in the same way.
They had a thing. They had a post that said, "Post your dirty sneakers and shit on."
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
Wow.
And everybody was just like, never saw owe me a pair of shoes. No, they don't.
I'm happy for them though. Again, it's a local brand. So
I heard it was crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kevon, I'm disappointed.
Very.
Extremely disappointed in the people that tried to bum rush the gate and didn't want to pay.
Very.
At Kevon's party. Especially for a man like, it's not that it's okay for anybody, but especially for a person like Kevon who supports people, who shares people's flyers, all that. I didn't expect that from those folks.
And this is a year-to-year thing. This is a staple party. Yeah. Y'all should already know, like, okay, you know how you have those weekly parties that you can, but these are big events that people are putting on lighting, a whole production,
it's a production.
Screens,
correct.
this, that,
entrances and all that stuff.
Why do you think you could come and not pay?
I was so disappointed. Because I know, and I felt so disappointed for him.
Of course, that's why I felt bad
for him, because I know he means well. I know he puts out his best. It's just we got to do better, man. We really got to do better.
And it's not that serious, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Let's start right there. Because had y'all did what y'all was supposed to do, maybe you would have got into party.
But how do you drive all the way downtown and expect to get in for free?
And not have what you need to get into the party?
I don't get it. You drive all the way downtown, you're going to a party. It's not like somebody kidnapping and say, let's go to this place. You know what I'm saying? You're going to a party that you got to pay for. And you get to the gate and don't want to pay? I don't get it. What were they charging? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Couldn't have been $60, $70. So,
Doubt it.
you know.
Doubt it.
So, folks, we just got to do better. Simple as that, you know. But big up to Memory Lane Sundays. I left Kevin when I went to Memory Lane, and Polish did his thing.
I heard it was.
Polish did his thing. So big up to Polish,
nice
big up to DJ Polish, big up to the whole Memory Lane team, John Wayne, and the whole family. You know, he did his thing.
Oh, going back to Kevron's part, did you see Driveway's post about what happened? He put up a post saying like somebody went to Kevron's party.
He told me that in the party.
Yeah, he said
because
that.
It took him a while to get his table and his drink, and I said, "Where's it?" He's like, "Somebody used my name." I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Like, who doesn't know? Then that's the other part. Like, who don't know Driveway?
That was my question. My question is, who gave you?
Who gave them
the table that said Driveway? Like, who doesn't know Driveway? Yeah. Like, and it's not even like Driveway is not somebody that roll with a crew.
No, he doesn't.
Where to say like, okay, I'm getting this for Driveway or whatever. Why would you give somebody Driveway's
if it's not
table?
his wife, it's him.
That's it. It's just
who would not know? I don't get it, but so I mean, obviously it was a genuine mistake, but
I hope
you
so.
Just have to wonder who doesn't know Driveway.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me a little bit.
Yeah,
because it's like,
yeah, I know, and then why would you use Driveway's name? Obviously, Driveway's on the flyer. He's gonna be there.
Probably because that's who they sure is gonna have a table. I know Driveway
is it that serious?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people take this thing very serious.
So did they get the liquor as well? Do you know?
Oh, that I don't know. You know.
Well, they got a $40, $50 table then.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, we have this thing nowadays, me and John Winner, you can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up.
Nope.
For real.
People are, like, if you really think about it, people are weird. There's a lot of weirdo people out there that you look and they do some stuff and you're like, how did your brain come up with that? But
I don't know, man. Anyway, I got a topic that I meant to talk about last week.
Okay.
And this is from someone that I know. Or it's about someone that I know, but I'm not going to call their name.
Okay.
Okay. It's a young lady.
Okay.
Who was seeing this guy for 5 years. Okay. Never been to his house. Okay. He always took her to a hotel. 5 years later, she found out that he was married.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
And I said to her, so it wasn't a red flag the first month or two that he didn't take you to his house?
Big red flag. Yeah.
She said no. So I'm asking y'all, am I dumb? Am I stupid?
No,
or is she
not
dumb and stupid?
I don't know who it is, but maybe big red flag.
5 years.
Big.
5 years she's seeing this one guy who never took her to his house. And he's always taking her to a hotel.
I'm trying to make it work out in my brain, and it's not. So that mean that no, you don't know nothing about. Really, you don't know anything about this person.
No, really.
If something was to happen, you wouldn't even know where to find him.
And I guess when she found out that he was married, she was upset. And I'm saying to myself, why get upset?
No, you should not be upset.
I think what it is, I think she was mesmerized by the fact that he was treating her nice in terms of monetary gifts and stuff like that. Okay. I'm thinking.
Okay.
You know, he was taking her nice places, buying her bottles and stuff like that at parties.
Oh, so this is a reggae scene?
This is a reggae scene person. I'm pretty sure she's going to be upset at me that I'm talking about it, but I don't give a shit because you need to learn.
Stop it, Rico. He's just trying to teach you something, okay?
She needs to learn. She needs to learn because I think she's in kind of like the same situation now too.
Yeah, no. Big red flag. First of all, me personally, I want to see what you working with. Like, I want to see if you can support me, even as a female. Like, if you understand what I'm saying, like.
Well, obviously he was because he kept her at bay.
No, not like that type of support. Like, because obviously you're gonna want something more in the future. No,
right? You would think.
Yeah. So You want to look and see what you got going on. Do you keep how you keep your plate? I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's just me.
And then the guy turned out to be messing with other people as well, which is how it came out that he was married and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, perfect.
So, and then there's another girl, which is in the scene as well, that her friends are trying to warn her about someone. She followed the someone and followed him to her next woman's house. And, they're trying to tell her, but the guy must have said to her, no, that's just a friend. He's just a business partner.
Of course.
And she's still with the guy. So, my whole thing, I see and I don't see.
Rico know all the drama. I would let
trust
y'all know
you, me. I see and I don't see because I don't get involved in people's stuff.
Man.
I saw this girl the other day with this guy in Tony's parking lot. And I know the guy is with someone.
Oh, that's where everything go down in the parking lot? Or that's where you know what's what from what's what.
So I know the girl. I don't know the guy too. So I saw the girl by herself the following week. And I said, I was in my car warming it up and I saw you.
Yeah.
She goes, you saw me? I said, yeah, I saw you with someone. She said, yeah. I said, I didn't know you guys were friends. She said, yeah, we're dating. I said, okay, enjoy.
Big up yourself. Yeah, big up yourself. That's it. That's it.
That was it. Because I know the man is with somebody else.
But I believe that a lot of the people in the reggae scene, I will never swear for anybody, but I believe a lot of people in the reggae scene is
dibbling dabbling?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. My thing is, let me tell you, I think we talked about it before, I feel like people should cheat respectably.
It's cheat.
Crazy. But
respectfully.
Respectfully, because it's like, you cheating with somebody who I'm talking to every day, like who I speak to, go to Woy and find somebody over there and talk to. Like, I mean,
no, I get it.
That's not what you would like, but it will make you feel a little bit better that it's not somebody that's
if you gotta cheat, then obviously there's something lacking. Or there's some people who cheat. I know this other one girl who cheats, but she's an info.
So does she get permission?
No, I don't think she gets. I don't think her husband knows she's cheating. I don't think her husband knows he's cheating. But by the same token, she's an info. Because she cheats with men and women. I remember one girl I used to date, and she used to say to the girl, "I want to do you." Oh. So that's how I know.
You know that.
She goes with women.
Yes, okay.
I wasn't there looking at her. Well, just because she came on to my lady at one point, and I know. Ah. Yeah. Wow,
you guys are really eventful out there. We're not going on with nothing, Rico. You don't realize?
I mean, hey. I just, I'm one of those guys who don't drink, but I'm in the corner and I observe.
And you see everything. Of course, you're going to be the one who catches everything. Because a lot of sneaky shit go on in the parties.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, you got to see me and Popsy pinching each other like.
Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with body language.
Yes.
A lot of it is it's not overtly.
Yeah.
It's covertly.
Yep.
So,
people
it has to.
Swear thinking that they're
undercover. Yeah.
And we're like.
Or I may take a picture and just last night somebody texted me and said, "Can you take this down?" It wasn't that they were with the person. The person was in the background.
Hello. That's how they going to get. That's how they going to get caught every time.
He's like, I'm going to have too much explaining to do.
In the background.
Okay. So, but listen, if you all are cheating and you see my camera coming or driveway camera coming, move, please. Again, I don't have a problem with moving any pictures or anything like that. But avoid a call, avoid a text.
You're going to see everybody starting to scatter now. You coming through the party, everybody's scattering.
I know.
Okay, speaking of cheating, do you think not spouse, the one person can make another person cheat?
That's like saying one person can make you do something. No, if you're not, well, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take that back. There's sometimes you're in situationships.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You're in a relationship for a reason. You may be happy with the person, but not 100% happy.
Right.
They may please you 80% and you need to go get that 20% someplace else. In that case, I can understand that. So, yeah, I think there's reasons people can force. Do you think that?
I will say that to me, it's like this. It's like this. It's like, because people want to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Regardless of, what situation they're in. They want to be fulfilled. And if you are with someone, attached to them in some type of way, and especially if they're expressing to you, like, this is, we're lacking here or something. Right. And then it comes to a point where they're tired of, they don't necessarily want to lose you, but there's something that they're still, is still there for them. So I think that, people can cause people to cheat. But on the flip side, it's like leaving sure for unsure. Because if somebody's giving you 80 and you go out there and go run down 20, it's like, sticky.
Yeah, but what are you getting with that 20, though?
What do you mean?
I mean, you may be getting fulfillment with that 20.
Yeah, but that's only 20. Suppose that 20 can't do what the 80 is doing.
True.
And then you just lose this just for this little piece of your life.
If you would you stay in a relationship for the kids or for a marriage sake, let's say, and you're not happy?
I don't
just say the sex is not good. Mm-hmm. Would you stay in a relationship? Me
personally, no. First of all, we're not getting into a relationship if the sex is not good.
But sometimes it goes to not to be good. Sometimes you may get accustomed to the person, or somebody just grew bad.
You can do that. I never knew that. I never knew that could happen.
Because, sometimes when you step out and you get something better.
That's true.
And then you say, but wait a minute. Okay.
That's true.
I thought this was good until I got that.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it's just, argument's sake.
I mean, I think that,
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Whenever Renee gets that look, whenever she gets that look, it's like a thought pops into her head.
Because it's like, I think, Lord. Okay, so the question is, would I stay in the marriage?
Yeah, if you're not happy. We're not talking about this marriage. We're just talking in general.
Yeah, I know.
Popsy, don't kill me.
I think I would probably stay in the marriage, and I'd probably
work it out. Try to work it out.
Try to work it out. Maybe try. I don't know. To maybe explain what's lacking. Maybe.
I mean, communication is always key.
Yeah, I think
communication is always key, because sometimes you may think a person likes it one way or likes certain things and they
don't.
True.
That's true.
So. And you're thinking all along, I thought you liked it.
Not really.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Communication is key.
Yeah, true.
Communication is key. So, but I mean, there's a lot of folks out there in relationships that really situationships.
Agreed.
Agreed. Mean, they're
know
not happy.
Few.
And I've seen them you see them in public, and you can see that they're not happy.
Yes.
Or they're putting on a front.
Agreed. It's all about body language.
Yeah.
How the man deals with the woman a lot of times. Yeah. You can tell that it's like they're together, but
it's not a perfect situation.
Yeah.
And then no situations is perfect. But we try to make it as close as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I have another topic. If I borrow $5 from you to buy the lottery, and I won, should I give you back your $5, or should I give you a piece of the winnings?
That's gonna be, to me, I think that's gonna be a principle thing.
Okay.
Because really and truly, you're only entitled to the $5 if I borrow $5 from you.
But if I didn't have the $5, I wouldn't win the money, right?
Agreed, but you borrowed $5. So
correct.
Really and truly, you're entitled to $5. Yeah, that's what you're entitled to. But I feel like a person with principle will be like, listen, if you didn't give me this, then I wouldn't be able to do this. So, all I think. That's what I think.
It's not necessarily going to be half.
Yeah, no. We're not talking about half. Not half.
So if you win $1 million, I'm going to give you 100,000.
Yeah, and have a great time. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah.
But not half.
Not half. No, I don't believe you are.
Unless you have an agreement to say if you win something, then you give me half of what you win.
Right. So if you win if you win 100 million, how much would you give your spouse?
Your spouse?
Would you give half?
Well, isn't she entitled to half anyway?
You think so?
I would think.
Okay.
I mean, if you married, half of that money is supposed to be hers, right? That you spend on the lottery ticket, right?
Not necessarily. You think? I don't know.
Would you give Popsy half?
I don't think I would give half. I think I would put it into just put
it trust or something.
Yeah. And
so what if you get divorced? God forbid.
Ooh.
Then what?
I think at that point, then legally, then it definitely they're entitled to
50%
to the half. Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Even if you want it.
Yeah, I think so. But all right, so suppose it's a boyfriend-girlfriend situation.
Then
what would you do?
There's no halves here. Especially if it's my money that spent I bought the ticket. Nah, we're not entitled to nothing. We're just boyfriend and girlfriend. There's nothing legally bonding there.
Right. So how much do you give them? 100 million.
If I want 100 million,
yeah,
a mil.
Rico.
We're just boyfriend and girlfriend.
100 mil? Oh my God.
I'm not going to win 100 million. But let's just say I win $1 million.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You don't know. Would I give them half? No.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree to that part. But how much?
Maybe 10%. 10%. 20% at the most.
I think
at the most.
I think 20% is a good.
If she got good pumps, maybe 30. Maybe at that point I say, okay, do I need to marry this woman?
Yeah, maybe. But
maybe
at that point,
would
you even marry the person?
I mean, at the end of the day, we all, for me personally, we all want to be married and settle down. We all want.
You think so?
We all want that life partner.
My thing is yeah, I agree to an extent, but I also believe that marriage is kind of two people come to not only just for love, but for not convenience. What's the other word for stability? Stability. You put your earnings together so that you live a more comfortable life. I think
two people pooling their resources together.
Yeah.
Especially if they like each other or they love each other, is a lot better than being you live in that house, I live in this house.
Of course. But what if you already suppose, yes, you love somebody, but you're good. Suppose both of you guys are good.
We're stable, we're settled.
Well off. Do you think that marriage is still
important?
Yeah. Important aspect at that point.
Listen, for me personally, we all want that special someone.
No. I agree that you would want them in your life. Suppose, you guys love each other. You guys, but would you legally bind yourself knowing that on the back end maybe it'll be a little bit of an itch?
You know what? That's a good that's a good question. If you don't have to get married, would you? If
you don't have to, if
you can get all the benefits
without being married,
would you? That's a good question.
That's a valid question.
What do you think? If you don't have to get married and you can reap all the benefits, would you get married? I mean, granted, you love each other and everything, but you both can be self-sufficient by yourselves.
Good.
Would you get married?
As far as say they have a house there, you have a house there. You guys, say you spend time with each other just the same way. Would you get married?
That's a very good question. Would you?
I don't think so.
Neither would I. I don't think
so. I think that we would both just enjoy.
Would that mean that you could date other people?
And it doesn't. No, I would still think that it's you would commit to each other to say that you're in a
commit mentally only.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then still enjoy life or whatever. But what's the point of?
That's a very interesting topic because I think most people would probably. Some would probably agree and some would probably disagree.
Yeah. I think that the people who would say are the lovers, the people that love, and
because the marriage is supposed to be a commitment to each other, both mentally and on paper.
Right.
To show that you really love and you want to dedicate your life with this person for the rest of your life.
Right.
Can you do that mentally? No, I don't think so.
And then you have the people who are married and still live like they're single anyways.
That's true.
So it's like,
the ones who are married and not wear a ring.
That, you know, would you have gotten married if it wasn't for certain things? If you were okay, where you don't necessarily need that person for anything, or what, would you have gotten married knowing that you're still wanting to explore maybe a little bit?
Would you marry would you do a business marriage?
Me? No. Okay. I'm too rude for that.
You're too rude for that?
Yeah, because anytime you piss me off, I'm going to be like, what to say? All right. Okay.
That's not fair, though.
It's not.
Because you're holding something over somebody's head at that point.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't do it, because I know me. And I mean, I'm not like that anymore. I mean, I don't think I would. If that's a trait, that trait don't go far. No. I'm not like that anymore. To bring it out. No, I'm not like that. When I was younger, I was horrid. Like, and I think it's because of, like, I had to get so much stuff for myself that, like, I didn't want to depend on anyone. And when I feel like you're kind of moving the ground under my feet, I will pull back.
Got it.
Completely. So, like, just to get out of the situation, So I know personally that if I would have done that, especially when, you know how they will marry the person and then they still doing their thing outside, or sometimes they trick the people and tell them that they love them when they know that they just want their papers. I will beat y'all up. I will just beat y'all up. You a fighter? Of course. I will beat you up. Like,
oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Nah, I think marriage should be for love and love only.
Think so?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think marriage is about business and love, with a whole lot of love, a little bit of business. Because I don't think you're gonna financially tie yourself to somebody who is worthless. You could love them down to the ground.
That's true.
But if they don't have ambition, if they don't have ambition, if they don't have no type of motion, you're going to be like, I love you, but stay over there.
You've never been in that type of relationship, have you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, you look like one of those who choose wisely.
Yeah,
wow.
In my older years.
In the older days.
Started choosing.
But you know, we all start somewhere. We all were young at one point.
Yes.
And we all make stupid mistakes.
As long as you, I feel like anybody can do anything as long as you learn. I always say that a old fool is worse than a young fool.
That is true.
At certain times, you're not supposed to be doing certain things.
That is true.
Like, you could get away with certain stuff when you in your early 20s and But do not tell me when you're 35 that you gave your tax money to your boyfriend. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
There's a great spirit to be stupid.
I don't want to hear that. Like, don't tell me that story, please. But
there's a great spirit to being stupid. You know? If once you pass that grace period, there's no excuse.
Essentially. So would you? Okay. What do you think is more important, not only in a marriage but in a relationship, love or respect?
Respect.
I agree.
Respect.
I agree. But you can love it. You can love something down to the ground.
Respect.
Once there's no respect there,
no respect would cause you to do many things that love can't cure.
Agreed.
Respect.
I agree to that one. When I was younger, I used to think it was love, but now that I'm older, it's definitely respect.
But there's a lot of people who love each other but don't respect each other.
Agreed.
Now you can tell by their actions. But if somebody else look at them, they get agitated or they get jealous, but they don't respect the person at the same time.
Agreed.
Would you look at another man? Well, would you have a problem with your husband at this point looking at another woman in public?
What do you mean? Looking at them.
She passes. She has a nice ass. Whatever.
You crazy? I will pinch Pops up. Popsy, watch out. Look at her. What?
Okay.
My thing is that me and Popsy, what I love about our relationship, we are so, like, we're realists, both of us.
Gotcha.
So it's like, you're in a relationship. You're right. It's just about boundaries and, as we said, respect and You know, and me and Popsy are really good friends. Like,
that's
really
key.
good
That's
friends.
Key.
Oh my gosh. So a lot of stuff we don't go through because.
Right. No, I get it.
You know,
I get it. What's going on this week?
What is
as we segue into the entertainment portion of it?
Yeah. So we have Wednesday. What is it? Caribbean Wednesday.
Caribbean Wednesday. This week. Wednesday 1292. Of course. So round robin, which is Taji and VI Glamorous.
Yes.
Brenda. Their round robin is this week, Wednesday, which is tonight actually at Chef Tony.
Yes.
Right? Chill Sundays moved to Chef Tony as well, right?
Yes, from the last that I saw. It was there last week, so I'm thinking it's going to be there again.
All right. Thursday nights, of course, is Chopper Thursdays at Chef Tony, and of course, Gal Farm Thursdays, which is now totally free for everyone all night at Nostalgia. So check that out as well.
Nice.
I think Chopper Thursdays is what, $20 now or something like that. At Chef Tony. Ladies are still free all night, but men are $20.
Okay.
You gotta pay the bills. This Friday is Shirley. What is this? School uniform, is it?
Back to last day of school.
Last day of school? So you can wear anything?
But that would make sense.
That would make sense. It's last day of school. You don't have to wear a uniform.
That makes sense. But it's a uniform.
It's uniform?
Yeah.
Are you going?
I am going. Popsy's playing, so I'll be there.
Okay, so you're gonna wear a uniform?
Yes.
Did you wear a uniform? You were
there last year. Me and Bianca did the cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders. You're right. Right. And this is at Green Haze. So make sure you check that out. That's Shirley, the bottle girl Shirley.
Yep.
That's the only thing that's going on this Friday, correct? If I forget getting anything,
I believe so. I think it's just Shirley on Friday.
Okay. All right, and of course, Black and White. Mother's Day Black and White event is going down this Saturday at E Hall. So make sure you check that out. Something else is going on. Oh, May Day. May Day before. It's from 5 to 11.
That's Saturday?
That's this Saturday.
Okay.
At 8 Rivers. I think it's outdoors of 8 Rivers. Yes. May Day, and they've been out there promoting. So give them some support, please. And it's an all-inclusive event.
Yeah, we'll be there. We're going.
So May Day, this Saturday, 8 Rivers. Shout out to the May Day family. You guys did a phenomenal job promoting it.
Promotion, yes.
Yeah, they were everywhere, or they are everywhere. So big up to May Day. So that's 5 to 11, and then of course after that, it's the Black and White Affair, the annual Vibes Crew Black and White Affair at E Hall. All right, and of course this Sunday, the Dr. Beanie Man returns to Atlanta. Why you have that face? Why you have that face, yo? So Beanie Man in Atlanta this week. It's I think the show time is at 7:00 or something like that. And of course after that you can head to Memory Lane Sundays. It's gonna be myself, John Wayne, Paul, and I think there's gonna be a guest as well this Sunday at 8 Rivers. All right. That is a speedy recovery to your father-in-law.
Yeah.
Deli Ranks.
Yes.
When I saw that, I called him. He was actually in the hospital getting ready to get X-rayed or something when I called him. Because when I saw the car, I was like,
ridiculous. The
battery was on the floor, and I'm like, how much of a hit do you have to take for the battery to come off?
Yep. We woke up. We went over to the hospital in the morning. Well, Popsy didn't even go to sleep because I was so drunk.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, I went to sleep and like Popsy, he woke me up, but it was like you could say it was a different kind of vibe. And we went over there. And it's funny because he's still in like good spirits. Like he's just, he just a little bit banged up, but he's good.
Okay,
he's good.
Wasn't his time?
Of course not.
If you see the car, oh my God. To walk away from that, whatever side you slept on, sleep on the same side again.
Yeah.
Because, people don't walk away from stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, speedy recovery to Deli Ranks. Big up yourself. Send him a shout out. Send him up on Instagram, social media. Just give him a speedy recovery. Yep. And say a prayer as well. So, what else you got going on?
Nothing.
If they want to book you for your hookah services.
Renee Campbell, Facebook, Kaleido Smokes, Hookahs on IG.
There you go. Make sure to follow me on all social media, RICOVIBES, Natural Vibes. Also, log on to the reggaescene.com. Ask me about my email blast, all that good stuff. And log on to the FLAVA Radio 24/7. Check out Deli Rank's. I don't know if I'm going to get a show this week, but check out Deli Rank's shows every week on the FLAVA Radio as well. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. That's youtube.com/RICOVIBES. Well, how do they follow you? They follow you personally.
Me? My name is really long. But if you...
Just put in Jada.
Put in Jada Renee.
That's what I
You'll
do.
see me come up and I have on some yellow hair.
Yeah.
Or Rico will tag me. So you can just... Yeah.
Just once I tag her, just follow her.
Just follow me.
We want to get her following up to 10,000 above. I think I'm about 800, less than 10,000 now.
So by the end of the summer, that's our goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
follow me if you don't already follow me. Follow me on social media, especially on Instagram. I want to get it up to 10,000.
Cool.
By the summertime.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
We'll catch you next week on another edition of the FLAVA Cafe.
Every day I rise before the sun to make sure our food is perfect. At Golden Crust, we cook everything from scratch because that's what it takes to live up to the name. We bring authentic ingredients from Jamaica to make sure everything tastes just right. And when I say our customers enjoying our food, it makes it all worth it.
Dad, can we get some of this and some of that and this and that?
Golden Crust Caribbean Restaurant. Real Jamaican food cooked from scratch.